You are listening to the Masculine Mindset Show, a podcast for men to develop a backbone, a masculine purpose, if you will, and get more physically attractive, and even become more mentally healthy. All you men listening, I turn nice introverts into fit, self-entitled savages, if you will. And you might even become a little cocky as a result of your G status. More importantly, you guys, I also show you how to flirt and date more women and seal the deal. Just look at the show notes. They are all on my blog articles. What's up, guys? Before we get into the content, do me a favor. Leave me a 5-star review with words behind it, okay? This helps me rank up in the search rankings. And one more thing, you guys. I just put my show on iHeartRadio, also Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music, even CastBox as well, you guys. So, follow me on these platforms. Okay, I'll say that again. iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and CastBox. Alright, let's get into the content. Before we get into the content, I want to let all of you know right now that I offer a looks maxing program, okay? What does that mean? That means maximizing your looks. What else would it mean? Alright, understand, you guys, that the way you'll get access to that one is you have to book a free masculinity discovery call, okay? And we can go over what I really do, right? Guys, looks maxing, what I do in that, right, is I include the basics: hygiene, your style, and fitness and mindset. That is really what that is. However, if you're here just for the fitness and fitness only, you have the pre-call in the show notes, okay? The pre-call, click the link, you guys, and you can schedule your pre-call. This is what you have to do in order to get into the fitness consultation, because you guys, I have to find out where you're at first. All right, let's get into the content. Honestly, you guys, I debated on posting this particular podcast because it's extremely fucking effective. So, first and foremost, understand that what I'm about to tell you today is some sensual content. So, fair warning here, I do get plenty of people listening to these episodes, but they don't even really know what they're signing up for when they press play on these particular episodes. Because when you press play on these episodes, you are getting some really effective ways to basically get into the mind of a woman and to really just turn women on really fucking fast. And I'm going to let you know right now, you guys, this shit that I always reveal to you, I really want you to just comprehend something really quick, okay? That is, when you have a masculine mindset and you really just live in the cause of the circumstances that surround you, you already are you're going to really look way more grounded and present to the moment. And when you're calm and composed and chill, relaxed, and just completely there with her, this is when everything I'm about to tell you has that much more of an impact. Okay? It has that much more of an impact. So, first and foremost, understand this, you guys. I want you to start being at the cause for the circumstances that surround you. Okay? So, it's very simple, you guys. It's very fucking simple. Just know that deep down, you are causing things to happen in your environment. Now, let's get right to it, shall we? Okay, guys, this is how to use sensual language to turn her on, and this is so fucking effective, I'm telling you guys right now. This first one is good shit.
Okay, first and foremost, I want you to just kind of look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I look like a fucking stud. I look like a G. Look at this guy. Look at how much he's attracting women. Look in the mirror and know that you have the self-belief to just get any woman you want. I mean, come on, you're tuning into my podcast. You have plenty of other things you could be doing with your time right now. And because you are tuning into my podcast, I honestly want to congratulate you. Because not very many people take the time, or they're really not that man enough to admit that they have a problem with women. So they just kind of basically say, oh, this shit's creepy. You should just know how to do this naturally. But honestly, you guys, I'm going to tell you something. That is a fixed mindset, okay? A growth mindset says, oh, I understand that Adam's podcast is some damn good shit, and I know that I can learn from this guy because he's been through a lot in his relationships. So let's first, I want you to just kind of write this down, okay? Just write this down. Okay, look. When I get really, really, really kind of like heated with a girl, right? And let's just say, for example, we're in public, okay? Look, I want you to just whisper in her ear what you're going to do to her. Like a scream of hypnotic language, filling her head with all kinds of dirty thoughts. This is best done in public too, with other people around, as you lead her mind somewhere fierce with your private dialogue. Also, here's something I really want you to consider, you guys. That is storylines, okay? Use the other people in the environment as characters. Tell her how jealous they're going to be. How they know how much of a dirty little girl she is deep down for you. And how they know she's going to be screaming in pure ecstasy in just a couple of hours. What am I getting at, you guys? What am I getting at? Guys, create storylines. More importantly, here's the whole theme behind what I'm telling you right now. This first part, to really use sensual language to turn women on, is you want to breathe sensual poetry into her ear. Create barriers. Tell her you want to pick her up, throw her over your shoulder, and carry her into the bathroom right now so you can have your way with her. But there are all these people here, so we can't. Honestly, I would take you in the restroom and throw you over my shoulder and put you on the sink and just make out with you right now and just get so freaking dirty with you and do these freaking naughty stuff in the bathroom, but we can't. You get me? Okay, so create challenges too for her to imagine. Tell her you guys have been scratching and clawing at each other for hours, but every time she reaches for your dick, for you to fuck her, you pull back and you say to her, not yet. You haven't earned it yet. I want more out of you. I want more passion out of you. Let it all out. Open up and let every ounce of your feminine being out. Ooh, guys, I love that. I love that. Okay, I'll say that one more time. Not yet. You haven't earned it yet. I want more passion out of you. Let it out. Open up. And let every ounce of your feminine energy being out as you challenge her. You guys, you should definitely know how much I love challenging women and how much this turns women on. I'm telling you, gotta start challenging women, okay? And making her imagine what it's going to be like through all her senses turns her on so much, because your body chemistry cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. Having her imagine and what it would feel like, what it's like for you to be teasing her with your dick and challenging her to match your passion and lust is just about as powerful as actually doing it. So, I'll say that one more time, you guys. Breathe sensual poetry into her ear. Remember also to use storylines, right? Use other people in the environment as characters. Tell her how jealous they're going to be, how they know how much of a dirty little girl she is deep down for you, and how they know she's going to be screaming in pure ecstasy in just a couple hours. Guys, do you see that? That's creating like that man-to-woman dynamic, that freaking alliance. You get me? That alliance. And then you two have that world that you two share. It's fucking gold. Okay, there you go. That's one way to use sensual language to turn her on. Let's just say, for example, I meet a girl. We flirt and laugh and tease into the night. Before we know it, we're alone in the dark corner of a bar, hands in each other's, staring deep into each other's eyes. I tell her, this feels good, just being with you here right now. I can tell that you're someone that really enjoys good sex and relaxing and letting go. But I know that there's a part of you that has always wondered if there's more. If there might be something truly great or freeing about sex. You're not experiencing, or you haven't experienced it yet, and you're curious. You know what's out there. And there's this part of you that wants to fully be opened up and be taken by this experience and just be filled up completely in its entirety. And as a man, it's my responsibility to tell you, it's out there. It might even be right in front of you. Okay, guys, look, I want to tell you something. Here's what I just did, you guys. I want to tell you something right now. I'm not a hypnotist, but I know enough about this right here to seduce the opposite sex. Pacing is describing her current frame of reality. And it's what I did here. This bar is different. It feels really good, just relaxing here together. This is describing where we are, what we're feeling. This is pacing. I can tell you're someone that really enjoys good sex and relaxing and letting go. This is a cold read that is true for 99% of girls, and it is a form of pacing too. When you pace like this, subconsciously and maybe consciously, she realizes that you understand her world. I can't stress this enough. Girls want to fuck guys that are polarizing in their masculinity and understand her world better than she does. And by pacing, you're doing this. You're not telling her you get her. You're actively showing it. Much, much better this way. But that's not why we do it. This is by pacing her current reality, or in this case, her sexual reality. We're setting ourselves up to lead her wherever we want, intellectually and emotionally. If we were just to tell her straight up, listen, you're not getting fucked right. You've never been fucked right. And you know it. That's kind of what's being sub-communicated here, if you get me. You know what I mean? here's what's so powerful about this entire pacing and leading sequence, you guys. Okay? Her frame is highly malleable in this situation. So, to make her want to fuck you, you're going to tell her what she wants. And of course, you're going to imply what she wants is to fuck you. But you can't just tell her, right? That's not flirting or seduction. You describe it in vague generalities that she can't disagree with. So, let's really break this down further, okay? But I know there's a part of you that has always wondered if there's more. If there might be something truly great or freeing about sex you're not experiencing, or you haven't experienced it yet, and you're curious. You know it's out there. And there's this part of you that wants to fully be opened up and be taken by this experience, and just, I know that you want to be filled up completely in its entirety. As a man of my word, it's my responsibility to tell you it's out there. It might even be right in front of you. Fucking beautiful, you guys. Fucking beautiful. Notice the hypnotic language too, okay? There's this part of you that wants to fully be opened up and be taken by this experience and just be filled up completely in its entirety. Now, for those of you who have never studied seduction, we call this flirting. Okay, so, guys, what I just said, that is pacing and leading combined with core reading, and that is fucking powerful, okay? Don't ever forget, you guys, that I always encourage you to pace and lead her ongoing reality. You're welcome, you guys. You're welcome. Okay. So. Let's get to the last one, shall we? Let's get to the last one. Oh, yes. I actually said this one with my buddy Mike. That is 5 gambits that drive women wild. And oh, yes, this one will drive her wild. Definitely. Okay, so let's get to it, shall we? Guys, I want you to teach her about her private parts, or teach her about her anatomy. So, just bring it up in conversation, right? Understand, you guys, that when you can talk comfortably about sex, she'll see you as, wow, this guy is like so just comfortable in himself. He's willing to go there. He's willing to talk about sex with me. And that shows that you, my handsome friend, are applying Adam's material very fucking well. And I appreciate you. So, let's keep fucking going. I want to make one thing clear. You must do this from a place of coolness. Never, never, ever teach a woman something from a place of pretentiousness or thinking that you're better than her because you knew something she didn't. That's the definition of douchey. Okay? With that said, let's proceed. Most women don't even know their own sex parts besides their clit. Do you really think the best parts are going to be on the outside? That'd be way too easy. Have you ever heard of the deep spot, or how much do you know about the G-spot? Now, obviously, she's going to respond to that, you guys, okay? And you want to just be relaxed, calm, and completely composed when talking about sex with her. And remember, you guys, this shows strong sexual abundance and non-neediness, okay? You know, I might just say something like this. I might say something like, yeah, okay, it's this front area on the wall of the vagina from the top of the G-spot all the way back as far as my middle finger reaches. And when a guy is rubbing it the right way, with the right rhythm and a smooth, controlled motion, it feels absolutely amazing for the girl. But seriously, you need to stop making me think about these things. It's highly inappropriate. Ooh, love that. I fucking love that. You see what I did there, you guys? I implanted that visualization in her mind that I just know her sex parts, and then I make it all about her. Fucking awesome, right? So, when you blame the sexual talk on her, you steal the frame and make it like she was the one who turned you on and made you talk about these things. When she laughs, she'll passively accept the frame that her subconscious quickly agrees, oh, I'm trying to turn him on. I must be sexually attracted to him. Good shit, you guys. All right, I'm gonna go over that one more time. Okay, I talked about breathing sensual language into her ear, and I talked about storylines, how to basically utilize the people in the environment that she is a naughty girl. You get me? And then I talked about pacing and leading at its finest, combined with some epic cold reading that you understand her sexual world all too well. And then lastly, you guys, I talked about teaching her about her sex parts. Ooh, guys, I love that. I fucking love that. So, do me this easy favor and leave me a 5-star review, as I just gave you these 3 awesome ways to use sensual language in all your seductions. Okay, guys. I appreciate you. I genuinely appreciate you. This podcast is sponsored by my book, Closer's Guide to Seduction. I love you. I love you so much. You are the fucking man. And you have got to start implementing everything I teach you on these podcasts. That is the only way you'll get results. All right, you guys. I'll see you next time.